I spent a long time with the Pixel 8 Pro last year, and no matter what other phone I was testing, I would always come back to this. And now we have the Pixel 9 Pros, and they're easily Google's best flagships to date. And even though I upgraded to the Pixel 9 Pro this year, I don't think you need to. Let me explain. I'll mainly focus on the 9 Pro XL versus the 8 Pro here, as I've used the 9 Pro XL pretty much every day since it came out. But Google did make it a little bit more difficult to make the choice here, giving us a smaller 9 Pro, which I think is great because smaller Pro phones that pack the same punch as the bigger brother, besides its battery, should always be an option. And no matter if you go for the Pixel 9 Pro or the Pixel 9 Pro XL, I don't think that anyone can argue that this is possibly the best glow up that any phone has had in terms of its design in a very long time. The new round edges swapped out for the new glossy squared off design, a more mature looking matte camera visor compared to the 8 Pro scratch magnet glossy finish, and overall it just seems to have taken a jump up to what a premium phone should be. And to be honest, that redesign alone could tempt anyone to upgrade from the 8 Pro to the 9 Pro. But what are the main differences between the 8 Pro and the 9 Pros this year? Well, when you first look at it, it might not seem a lot, but the more you dig into it, the more you start to see. The biggest difference right off the bat is the price. If you want practically the same size Pro this year to last year, then it's costing you $100 more at $1099 rather than $999. But if you wanted that smaller Pro, then it is the same price as last year at $999. For that bump in price, you do get a slightly bigger display on the 9 Pro XL compared to last year's 8 Pro, and it's not by a lot, it's only by 0.1 of an inch, but it is bigger. And if you like the more one-handed phones, you do have the option of that smaller 9 Pro, and that one is 6.3 inches. There is that very small weight difference between the 9 Pro XL and last year's Pixel 8 Pro. You'll also notice that the hole punch is a little bit bigger on the 9 Pros because this is where it houses that new 42 megapixel selfie camera, and a lot of people have said here that this is a little bit low down in the screen, and if you haven't noticed it yet and you do now, I apologize. There's a jump in the peak screen brightness as well. So with the Pixel 9 Pros, you get that at 3000 nits, comparing it to the Pixel 8 Pro's 2400 nits. And that is something that sounds big on paper, but day to day, it's something that you're not really going to notice. There is an upgrade though that I mentioned in the Pixel 8 v the Pixel 9 video, which if you haven't seen, you can click up here, and that is that the ultrasonic fingerprint reader is now here on the Pixel 9 Pros and the Pixel 9 regular across the Pixel 9 series, and I think this is by far the biggest upgrade. This feels so much more responsive than the optical reader on the Pixel 8 Pro, and anything that can get me into my phone quicker, I'm a fan of. The other difference is not having that big blast of bright light from the Pixel 8 Pros when I need to unlock my phone at night when I'm in bed. And this is not a revolutionary upgrade, but it's certainly one that I like. The other noticeable upgrade is the jump from Tensor G3 to Tensor G4, but thinking about it, this feels like more of a step up rather than a jump. If you're expecting the 9 Pro XL to blow the 8 Pro out the water and you're upgrading for just that, then just hear me out for a minute. Just looking at benchmarks, you can see that these two phones perform essentially the same, with the Pixel 9 Pro XL just squeezing ahead in both its CPU benchmark results. And when you look at more intense tasks like gaming over a longer period of time, both the 9 Pro XL and the Pixel 8 Pro, again, they're pretty on par with each other on how they perform. The Pixel 9 Pro is marginally better, but maybe it's not what you were expecting. When we look at battery, the performance on that front is fairly similar as well. You can easily get to the end of the day with both of these. The Pixel 8 Pro has a 5050 mAh battery, while the Pixel 9 Pro XL does have a bigger battery, but it's only 5060 mAh. And of course, if you opt for that smaller Pro, you're going to get a smaller battery of 4700 mAh. We've done the testing on the 8 Pro and the 9 Pro XL's battery, and as you can expect, they are pretty similar. For gaming, surprisingly, you'd get about 20 minutes more on the older Pixel 8 Pro, and you even get more time playing back 4K content. Although taking photos on the 9 Pro XL, you'll get a little bit more photo time here, and for general web browsing, you get just over 100 minutes more on the Pixel 9 Pro XL. And I've noticed as well, just in general day-to-day tasks, that the Pixel 9 Pro XL does give me more battery than I was getting on the Pixel 8 Pro, which is only a good thing. When you need to charge the phones, the Pixel 8 Pro will get you from 0 to 100 in 79 minutes, and the 9 Pro XL will take literally 2 minutes more. Same story if you go from 0 to 50%, but this time there's 7 minutes in it. And when it comes to charging speeds, then the Pixel 8 Pro has 30 watts watts, and on the Pixel 9 Pro we now get 37 watts, which sounds great, but it's not as simple as it sounds. The Pixel 9 Pro XL requires roughly 18 volts at 2 amps to fast charge, and annoyingly that's just a much higher voltage than 9 to 10 volts used by most other PPS smartphones, and that includes other Google Pixel models like last year's Pros and Samsung's 45 watt Galaxy S24 Ultra. And it is annoying because it means you have to either pick up Google's new 45 watt charger or go and search for one that actually provides you with what you need. And if you don't want to go searching yourself, then if you have a look in the description below, there's an article that'll tell you exactly what chargers will help you get that 37 watts. So in terms of performance, these phones are pretty similar, but it's not just that that's similar. When it comes down to what Pixels are famous for, they're pretty identical again. There is only one change to the cameras this year, and it's not to those main rear-facing cameras that you'd expect. You still get your 50 megapixel main, 48 megapixel telephoto and 48 megapixel ultra wide, which I think it's pretty difficult to tell these two phones apart from the photos. I won't tag which phone took which photos yet because I want to see if you can tell a difference, but for me, looking between the two on all three lenses, the differences are just really slight, and I think that the 8 has slightly more saturation in the images, while the 9 Pro XL gives you a little bit more of a real-to-life image. I'd say that the Pixel 9 Pro XL handles highlights ever so slightly better, but I'm really struggling to tell you that these photos are really any different from each other. Even that 5x telephoto camera, they look pretty identical. The colors are practically the same, and I actually don't think that's a bad thing because the cameras on the Pixel 8 Pro were still some of my favorite cameras that I've used. And if you can tell the difference between those two just by looking at them, then you're better than me. Where we see the difference between the cameras though is the 48 megapixel selfie camera compared to the 12 megapixel on the Pixel 8. And I'm not a selfie person, so it doesn't really make much difference to me, but they do look better on the Pixel 9 Pro XL. When you look at video, again, it's the same, 4K at 60 frames a second, and telling the difference between these two is equally as high as it was in the photos. And maybe I'd edge on the side of the Pixel 9 Pro having slightly better stabilization, but if so, it's really slight. There is the added benefit on the Pixel 9 Pros this year of being able to record in 8K, and while it's not native 8K, you do tap the 8K button and then it turns on video boost, you record it in 4K, it goes off to the cloud and you wait forever for it to come back, and then AI has upscaled that to 8K. But don't think that the Pixel 8 Pro can't do this, because I thought it couldn't, but this 8K video recording is essentially the same as video boost, and while you won't see an 8K button on the Pixel 8 Pro, it is still doing the same thing. We'll quickly look at some AI features that the Pixel 9 Pro has that the Pixel 8 Pro doesn't. So things like Add Me and screenshots, and also Pixel Studio. And if I'm honest, on my Pixel 9 Pro, I just haven't used any of these AI features. I feel like they're a bit of a fun gimmick than something that I would rely on and use every single day. So on the Pixel 8 Pro, them not being there, I don't think is a real miss. You have everything else that you might need on the Pixel 8 Pro. You have Gemini Live, Circle to Search, you get that new weather app, and you also get all the magic editor goodness that you'd ever need to edit your photos. Don't get me wrong though, there are some nice upgrades from the Pixel 8 Pro to the Pixel 9 Pro XL, but I wouldn't say there's anything that the 9 Pro XL does massively to stand out. I mean, if you want to upgrade this year, I'd say the things worth it might be the ultrasonic fingerprint reader, the new 48 megapixel selfie camera, and the phone just doesn't run as hot. And of course, the fact that you can now get that smaller Pro, and if anything, it is that redesign. If I hadn't got a 9 Pro XL from Google to review, then I'm not sure that I would have swapped my Pixel 8 for the Pixel 9 Pro XL. And in fact, I didn't. I swapped my Pixel 8 for a Pixel 9 Pro Fold. And for me, this just seemed like a more exciting upgrade because the Pixel 9 Pro XL didn't stand out or do anything massively better than the Pixel 8. The Pixel 9 Pros are more of an evolution of what was great with the Pixel 8 Pro and building on what that did well. And this is great if you have that Pixel 8 Pro because there is no huge reason to get rid of what you already have. I feel like this is a much better update coming from an older Pixel like the Pixel 7 Pro. And remember, Google increased the price by $100 this time round, so I would say you're probably better off just waiting for that Pixel 10. And we know already from our own reports that the upgrade from the Tensor G4 to the G5 will be a much bigger jump than it was from 3 to 4. I'm curious though, if you did upgrade your Pixel 8 Pro to the Pixel 9 Pro XL, let me know in the comments if you did. Before you head off, why not subscribe to the Android Authority YouTube channel? And if you do that, then I will see you in the next video.